All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bigger Than Race. You know who this is? This is your boy, Randall. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to dive in today to XINFIN, XDC, the hybrid blockchain merged with the public blockchain and the private blockchain, partnered with Circle, Oracle, India, RAMCO, R3 Abu Dhabi, IBM. The list goes on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dive in right away because I want you to be aware of XINFIN. There's not a lot of information out there, and I do want to give credit to the one person who did bring light to XINFIN. And his name goes by Darren Lewis Jr. Shout out to Darren. Shout out to all of the subscribers, the people who like, comment, and the people who just watch from the sidelines because they know it's good content. And shout out to them 5 little people who gives a thumbs down. We appreciate you too. Let's go.
Labradoodles, Chromettes, sports.
It's a skirt and shorts.
The world loves a hybrid. So do businesses. So today, they're going hybrid with IBM. A hybrid cloud approach lets them use Watson AI to modernize without rebuilding and bring all their partners and customers together in one place. That's why businesses from retail to banking are going with a smarter hybrid cloud using the tools, platform, and expertise of IBM.
If IBM likes hybrid, why don't you? Let's go.
What is XINFIN? XINFIN stands for Exchange Infinite. It is the next generation of the global computer network, connecting communities and enterprises around the globe using blockchain technology. The network is powered by its native fuel, called XINFIN Digital Contracts, or XDCs. XINFIN is a first-of-its-kind hybrid blockchain network. It combines the power and transparency of public blockchains with the security and speed of private networks. A permissioned consensus mechanism replaces the wasteful, energy-intensive mining, making XDC essentially mining-free. So how does hybrid work? The network has a public state that is shared by all members. Additionally, enterprises can host private subnetworks. So with Enterprise A and B, each will have the public state plus their own unique private state. The public state can be used to share basic data securely and transparently across the XDC network. The private state can be used to protect sensitive or financial data from the outside world. The XDC protocol can work as a messaging and confirmation layer for domestic or cross-border approved payments. Or the XDC token can be used as a payment and settlement layer, supported by approved financial institutions. With secure and audited smart contracts and IoT integration, the XDC protocol facilitates real-world contracts and transactions. Come, join the XDC community.
Yes, join the XDC community. XINFIN is definitely a part of my portfolio. Why would it not be? XINFIN, enterprise-ready hybrid blockchain for global trade and finance, combining the power of public and private blockchains with interoperable smart contracts. And you know the reason why they want to have private blockchains is because there's money that they don't want us to know that they have, and they don't want us to see that they are sending that money. And then, they have the public for people to be able to see, to make people believe that they're upstanding citizens and upstanding government entities and all of that nature. Now, decentralized, hybrid, interoperable, and liquid network. Exchange is infinite, XINFIN is a dedicated proof-of-stake consensus network, enabling hybrid relay bridges, instant block finality, and interoperability with ISO 2022 messaging standards, making XINFIN's hybrid architecture developer-friendly. Now this just breaks down the XINFIN. You can see this. The world's fastest and most energy-efficient consensus is here. Delegated proof-of-stake leverages the power of stakeholder approval voting to resolve consensus issues in a fair and democratic way. ISO 2022 compatible messaging for private and hybrid state. Higher interoperability with legacy systems and other blockchain platforms make XINFIN protocol XDC the language of core banking systems, ERP systems, and SWIFT systems, and many more. I thought this was XRP was supposed to be doing. Just saying. Bank proprietary, Twist, storage, IFX, Swift, also leading to ISO 2020 model, and Rosetta Net, EdiFact. I mean, you have to ask yourself, XINFIN is partnered with R3. We've been hearing about XRP being connected to R3, but we don't see that. So we bring you what we can see and what is on websites and what we can pinpoint to some facts and truth. Now, recently R3 confirmed their relationship with XINFIN. And you can look that up. But the XINFIN blockchain ecosystem at a glance hosts a private network, runs smart contracts, explore wallet, and leverage cross-chain interoperability. You can see the whole developers, the open wallet, trade XDC, connect to private network partners. It just shows you the evolution of it. So from retail developers to institutions, that whole cycle. Now XDC, XDCE, the XDC is the native token, and XDCE is the ERC20 token, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same thing, but do not ever send the XDC to an Ethereum ERC20 contract address. Don't do it, because you will lose it. But utility is available here. You can stake it. You can access the XINFIN wallet here. Okay, so that's what that's for. And you could also stake XDC and set up a master node if you so wish to. Now, the World Trade Organization and the ICC, International Chamber of Commerce, talking about Trade for Next and XINFIN. You can download the report. But that's a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. Partnerships, associations, and alliances. We got Copper, we got AIX, we got R3, Sota Tech, Abu Dhabi, Circle, which we went over yesterday in yesterday's video. Well, we went over this in the USDC video and Circle video, which I shot yesterday. But yeah, we know Circle is connected to Goldman Sachs. We have Temasek, Polytechnic, RAMCO, Insoft, India, and we have Singapore connections. So yeah, this is a big deal, okay? They're also partnered with IBM, Oracle, and the list just goes on. And, if you look at 6 degrees of separation, you will definitely see how big and massive XINFIN is. And this partnership along with Circle should show you where they're at as far as potential and profitability. Because we know India is part of the BRICS nations. And we know India is an emerging country. And we know India was holding hands with Xi Jinping. So that makes sense. But I don't see Xi Jinping holding hands with goddamn Brad Garlinghouse. Y'all keep talking about Brad Garlinghouse with Christine Lagarde. But Christine Lagarde is talking about the Lumen. And I'm here talking about XINFIN. Now, these partnerships, associations, and alliances are major, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some more information you can see. But I want to go over here, which is on the same website. But it talks about the interoperability with the ISO 2022 standard and legacy systems. XINFIN is built on the foundation of a hybrid interoperable blockchain platform that can empower the legacy financial, ERP, banking systems with the cutting-edge blockchain technology-based trust systems. Now, they chose XINFIN. XINFIN, private network, lets any kind of enterprises connect their legacy systems with a blockchain network using the XDC protocol and messaging compatible with ISO 2022 standard. This gives enterprises a flexibility to convert the legacy system operation from a hub and spoke single point of failure operation to a distributed or decentralized system. And this was the same diagram that I was going over earlier. But if you can know more about the ISO 2022 standard by some of these links here. But disjoint systems and data can now interact using the XDC protocol and enable themselves with smart contracts for any kind of business logic, thereby eliminating any manual intervention or intermediary-driven communication between any two parties. To enable cross-platform interaction between your enterprise with any external system with limited data and transaction transparency, you can choose from the following tools. And they're right here. So XINFIN, their website is extensive. You can look all over it. There's some, it'll show you, some of their products that they have. XDC token is the underlying utility token that powers XINFIN's hybrid blockchain. The XDC token acts as a settlement mechanism for dApps built on the XINFIN hybrid blockchain. XINFIN has also launched an Ethereum token called XDCE, which we've already went over. You can swap it one-to-one. Now, to date, use cases built around XINFIN's XDC utility token are My Contract, TradeFinex, Krama, Land Registry, iFactor, Block Degree, and Turant Pay. So these are all of their little use cases. I wouldn't say little, but you get the point. Land Registry. XINFIN has conceptualized end-to-end land registry record management solutions using blockchain tech. Wow, that's big. XINFIN is currently working with regulatory financial institutions and government on developing land record solutions. Our smart contract integration helps combat fraud prevention, and with our digital online database, makes access, verification, and transfer of title ownership effortless. With our easy-to-use smartphone/web app-based workflow, XINFIN is building seamless ecosystem of participants, banks, and authorities for land registry record management. That's huge. That is huge. TradeFinex is a peer-to-peer trade finance platform to create trade instrument of value between buyers and sellers in trade finance market. It is an open protocol for banks, institutions, and users. Consortium-led governance makes it truly decentralized. Wow. Big. My Contract is a digital asset creation and management dashboard for any kind of assets like community coins, bonds, real estate, and infrastructure assets. Asset tokenization market without the need for any programming expertise. Come on, guys. We talk about real use cases. We talk about big partnerships. We talk about real concrete partnerships. Nothing pie in the sky. It's here. Now we're going to go into this article from 2018. XINFIN set to explore the potentials of Africa's infrastructure market. Now, XINFIN, a nonprofit organization and blockchain startup, is set to expand its hybrid blockchain initiative to Africa. This move comes after a series of meetups in Asia, Europe, and the United States, with a recent Africa meetup held in Zimbabwe. XINFIN's mission statement is partnership with different international governments is tailored towards improving the deficit in global infrastructure with the aid of blockchain tech and establishing secure, transparent transactions for cross-border trade and international fund transfers. On a larger scale, XINFIN looks to provide a platform to allow investors bid and finance infrastructure projects without major hassles attributed to paperwork and previous financing mediums. The company, which looks to expand its tentacles to the African market, has recorded from its previous projects relative success, particularly with its XDCE tokens, now used by several companies for making payments. Its desire to explore the African market is linked to the suitability of its trade finance platform, which provides a mechanism for peer-to-peer financing for infrastructure investments. From statistical references, the African infrastructure market is worth over 24 trillion, but is still largely inefficient and expensive for participants, with most governments who wish to carry out infrastructure projects having to borrow domestically or internationally, which is consequently expensive. This consideration and an attendant need for massive infrastructure development in Africa only serves as more emphasis on the need to adopt the trade finance platform. Through trade finance, African governments will have access to a peer-to-peer lending mechanism which offers cheap and efficient utility. The XINFIN company also looks to unlock other potentials of this trillion-dollar market, exponentially increase utility of XINFIN tokens and profits for XINFIN investors. Do you hear XRP talk about that? You don't hear it. Even as questions are raised on the possible success of this project in the African market, especially as blockchain tech is yet to be harnessed by the region, past successes by XINFIN, especially in the United States and its Asian projects, prove the company is sure to dominate as it remains focused on strategic partnerships in the global infrastructure market. Also, its team project, fundamentals, and expanded market is larger than most other blockchain projects. Now, XINFIN comes around with prominent changes with the mainnet launch. Now, XINFIN community will also see considerable changes being made across the whole XDC ecosystem. So this is just basically talking about the token swap, the staking mechanism that have come up on Alpha X, which is their exchange, the burning plan, the roadmap ahead. The partnership allows TradeFinex to trade various financial instruments against regulated stablecoin USDC. This is great. Alpha X will provide token swapping and enable liquidity against various token pairs like USDC to add value to various use cases run on XINFIN network. Partnership allows TradeFinex to trade various financial instruments. Yes. Who is the biggest token holder of XDC, holding over 60% of supply? 60% of supply currently is in custody by XINFIN admin account, and it has been locked ever since it has been created. Okay, so that's cool there. We don't really need to read all that stuff. But here's the TradeFinex website, one of their use cases. We already went over what they do. Network for trade finance. Originators to distribute trade assets to the growing class of alternative asset investors. What is TradeFinex? It's a peer-to-peer decentralized platform for trade finance originators to distribute deals to a wide range of bank or non-bank funders. So the originators, the SPV, regulated digital custodian, tokenization security. Then it goes into the TradeFinex. Boom, boom. Funders over here, which are non-bankers, the banks, credit issuer, insurance, regulated digital custodian, and tokenized securitization, all in here. So it just everything funds into the Trade for Next, and the Trade for Next does what it does. So you have the receivables invoice, letter of credit, guarantees, bills of lading. Now this is made for platforms TradeShift, QuickBooks, Corda, which is R3, and Oracle Global. For settlements, XDC, and then the stablecoin deployment. And you can go about that in both of those ways. Now I want to show you the partnerships in the alliance. Circle, R3, Abu Dhabi, Ashkam, India, INSA, Singapore University, OMFIF, RAMCO, Copper, Polytechnic, AIX. Big deal, ladies and gentlemen. Big deal. Highly recommend you go visit this website and check it out. But now I want to bring you to Darren Lewis, his Twitter, which was the gentleman who put a lot of us on XINFIN. Everybody that's in the XRP community that is in XINFIN, it's pretty much thanks to him and his research. XINFIN XDC, the green coin on the hybrid blockchain that is poised to disrupt green energy and renewable sector. Now that's big. I didn't even know that. But we know green energy is the way of life. This is where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're not investing in green energy, you need to do so. Final word. As you can see, XINFIN offers a greener solution to crypto mining that is also more transparent for investors. XINFIN saves energy. It doesn't have proof of work. And besides mining being free, it is never intensive. While other coins are not long-term feasible, XINFIN is. Businesses using the platform are not only expected to perform optimally, but will go a long way in conserving Mother Earth. Major corporations such as RAMCO are already on board. Here's an opportunity to get into XINFIN. Finion Exchange Cybos 2020. Trade for Next partners. Okay, so Trade for Next and XINFIN was there. Now this is showing you their partners. And we went over some of this. There's a couple new ones on here. TradeShift and Ego. World Open Account, Comgo, Validas, DCB Bank, Airnets. Bullish content, ladies and gentlemen. Just bullish. Marco Polo onboarding project. He talks a lot about Marco Polo. If you want more deep dives, just more XINFIN content, Darren goes in deep to that. Trade finance. 12 companies using blockchain to rewire trade and trade finance. Contour, School Chain, Infosys, MineHub, Marco Polo, Comgo, Trade for Next, Trade Watch, UTC, WeTrade. Boom! And I also want to show you this here. This was on the Trade for Next website, but they since removed it. I don't know why, but I know they still exist. Interoperable and portable with leading platforms. Corda, IBM Hyperledger, Oracle, XINFIN, big dog status. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning into this video. I want to thank all of you for your likes, your subscribes, your ears, everything you do for the community, for the channel. We want to appreciate you. We want to thank you. And anybody who wants more information, if you feel like you're a little shaky when it comes to cryptocurrency, you want to beef up your knowledge, you want to be surrounded by the truth, no ulterior motives, join the Patreon group, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm sure it will help you, and I know some of my other Patreon members can attest to the help. They can attest to the truth, because I don't have anything to gain here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing at all. All we want to do is spread the truth so that we can all benefit from this wealth transfer. Why not you? Join the Patreon. Thank you. This is Brando. This is your boy. Investigate truth on your own terms.